Hi, I'm Alana Goldstein, and you're watching Going Goldstein, everything you need to know for a busy mom on the go. Today, I wanted to talk to you about being a twin mom and all the tips for helping you get through those times when your twins are babies, about 0 to 6 months, and things that'll help you during that time. So, one of the best pieces of advice that I got as a twin mom was to be able to let everything go and don't worry about the house and don't worry about what it looks like and don't worry about the dishes and don't worry about it and just sleep when your kids sleep and take care of them when they're up. And that is definitely the best piece of advice that I could have gotten because it was really, really, really hard when they were 0 to 6 months. So good job to all you mamas out there that are raising twins and that are not sleeping. In Hebrew, we say kol hakavod, which means good job, because it's really, really hard work. So when my twins were babies, one of the things that really helped me get through those first 3 months was not feeding on demand. So it's really hard to feed on demand when you have twins because they have different rhythms and they have different timetables. And so one twin will get up and then you'll feed that twin. And then maybe the next one will get up 20 minutes later and then you have to feed that one. And by the time you're in that cycle, you're feeding, and then you don't get any sleep at all. So one of the best things to do with your twins is to feed them at the same time. So when one twin gets up, you wake up the other one and you feed them both at the same time. So if you're breastfeeding, you can do the double football holds, which is kind of like this when you're breastfeeding. Or I don't know if you're doing a bottle or formula, but you can feed them formula at the same time, that's for sure. And if you're not comfortable doing the double football hold, backwards football hold breastfeeding technique, then you can feed them separately. And you can feed one out of a pre-pumped breast milk bottle and the other one from your breast. The other option is to feed one for 20 minutes and then feed the other for 20 minutes. So this was very important for me, was feeding them at the same time. I really had to do that. My girl twin Kaya, she woke up every 45 minutes. She was a horrible sleeper. And my boy twin Koi could sleep, and he didn't really like to eat as much as she did. But I would still wake him up when she woke up. So that way he wouldn't wake me up after I had finished with her. So that way I could get at least an hour or two of sleep in between each feeding time. So that's something that really helped me. Another little tip, if you are pumping and you're pumping to give them the breast milk in the bottle, then after each feed, I would stay up and I would pump from both breasts for about 20 minutes. And that also helped me have some breast milk going for the next feed. So that was something that I also did since I was already up. I would just pump after the feed and then I would go back to sleep. So that's also something that really helped me. The second thing that really helped me when I had my twins was to put them on solid food a little bit sooner than I would have regularly. So with my older son, I didn't start introducing solid food to him until he was 8 months old. But with the twins, we actually started introducing solid food to them at 5 months. And we found that this really helped. It helped them sleep better. It helped them sleep longer. It just really helped with all the sleeping scheduling because they weren't so hungry because they were eating solid food. So this is something that we did that helped us with our twins in our house, was putting them on solid food at a little bit earlier than 8 months. So we started giving them solid food at about 5 months, and it really helped us. And the third thing is, don't be afraid to get help. Everybody needs help, and it's not a sign of weakness if you have help when you have twins. Having twins is not the same as having one child. I did go through the experience of having one child, and I did go through the experience of having twins. And hey, if you need help for one child, you should get it. I mean, I think everybody should get as much help as they feel that they need to be the best mom that they can be. But I specifically think that for twin parents and twin moms, we really feel this pressure to, be with them all the time and be a good mom. And I mean, we all want to be a good mom, right? And, getting help is a sign of weakness. At least I felt that way in the beginning. But any form of help you can get with your kids is amazing when you have twins. If you can get a cleaner to come and clean your house, that's great. If you can get your mom or your mother-in-law or your aunt or your grandpa or whoever to come and help you take care of the kids during the day for a couple hours during the day, that's amazing. If you can hire a night nurse or a night nanny to give your kids bottles in the middle of the night, that's amazing. So I really feel that you don't need to be afraid to reach out for help, because nobody is Superwoman. As much as we want to be able to do everything, you just really can't. And you're a person too. And I remember I would be up at all hours in the night, and I also went back to work after 2 weeks because my business was new and it really needed me. And I remember feeling crazy. I got maybe 3 hours of sleep a night. I was like making schedules for my workers. I was working in like the classroom. I was pumping. I was up all night, and I really felt like a crazy person because I wasn't sleeping, and I just felt like I couldn't go on, and I didn't know how long I could go on for. And I just want you to know that you don't have to feel that way, and it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't have to be so difficult. You really can ask for the help, and if you ask for help, if I had hired a night nurse to come and do a 2 a.m. feeding, maybe I wouldn't have felt so crazy when I was going through that time period. So don't be too proud to ask for help. So I hope you found these twin tips helpful. It was nice to go back down memory lane and remember how it was for me when my kids were babies. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.